morning, good morning, good morning. It is indeed a good morning. As my son would sometimes say to me, Dad, how do you wake up on 8? Well, guess what? This morning I woke up on 12 because we are finally on the eve of the Kappa Conclave, 86th edition here in Tampa. And I want to welcome you to Intex News Radio, reality radio where everybody could be a star. And I'm going in 10 directions this morning with so many things that are just so exciting right now because the Kappas are indeed taking over the city of Tampa. And I know nationwide in your particular city, you probably at some time have already experienced the Kappa takeover when the conclave has moved throughout the country. But this is the first time that it is in the city of Tampa, Florida. So if you're not here, there still is time for you to get here. It's not all about the Kappas, even though it may feel that way. It is about all that we do. It's about our community. It's about the impact that people collectively and individually can make. And most of all, it is about being black in America and enjoying all that America has to offer. So I'm just excited to be on the eve of this great event. And here with you to share as we kick off today, we are going to deviate just a little bit from our regular programming. I already got some emails earlier in the week of some issues that you all are concerned about between Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, Donald Trump, Ron DeSantis. I could go on and on, but today we're going to focus on, I think, something that might be very much enlightening to a lot of people, and that is Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated and our 86th Conclave. And listen, so that I'm not, you just not listening to me ramble all day, I have a great guest in studio with me today. It is the leader of the Tampa Alumni Chapter. He is our Pole Mark, Collis Ivory III. Good morning, Brother Pole Mark. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. Love to be here. Excited about the conclave. Excited to be here. Excited to tell the community about what we're doing. And I think everybody should be able to get ready to come out next week and enjoy the activities that we have planned.
You know, the key word in that is come out and enjoy, because we really, we're going to have a good time. And I know that. I've been to enough conclaves. All you need is maybe 1.5 Kappas, and the fun starts. With this many Kappas coming to town, it's going to be a great time. But just explain to people, you're called the Pole Mark, and I've never in any other organization heard that word used in reference to someone who's in charge. Tell us about what a Pole Mark is.
All right. Our organization, the president is called the Pole Mark. So that's an endeared term that the fraternity started way back in 1911 when we were founded, and we carry that as the chapter president is called the Pole Mark. The vice president is called the vice Pole Mark.
Got it.
And so the rest of the officers typically have a Greek sort of affiliation with the name.
Got it. And Pole Mark is an elected position. You've been elected Pole Mark.
It's an elected position. We have officers who are elected just like any other organization. We're elected into our positions, and then I serve, to the will at the will of the body.
Yeah. And you've been Pole Mark at the Tampa Alumni Chapter for a couple of. This is your third term.
Yeah, this is my third term.
Wow,
man!
My
third term.
Hang it in there, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying my best.
Got it. Well, clearly you've shown some great leadership because we have this great event coming into Tampa. Can you tell me a little bit about the history of the Tampa Alumni Chapter? I think it's founded in 1926, correct?
1928. 1928, June 11th, by several men that were, they were already in the fraternity. The fraternity had been established in 1911, so, the Tampa alumni came around 17 years after the organization was founded. And so there were some astute men in Tampa that thought maybe we should get together as a group, and then that became the Tampa Alumni Chapter. And from then, we've grown. Right now, we're up over 180 members.
Wow.
So Tampa Alumni Chapter has been around for over 95 years, and they've done some outstanding things.
So this is the 95th year.
This is the 95th year.
The 95th year, correct. All right. So it's been in this community. Talk about it a little bit. Well, what does the fraternity do, though? Why is it important, and how does it impact our community?
We're one of what's called the Divine Nine. The Divine Nine is made up of 9 historically black college fraternities and sororities, and we're one of those 9. And so the majority of us were founded in the early 1900s when there was segregation going on, and there was some need for black students to assemble and have something that they could call their own. So we, as one of the Divine Nine, we started again in 1911, and we've tried to grow that organization, the fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity, and build it into something that is worldwide, nationwide, that just builds on. We're considered a social organization, but we do more
other
we do
stuff.
more than just socialize.
Like, so for example, give say like say, because I know one of the major events we had recently was the Derby party.
Yes.
Right. But talk about the service side a little bit.
The service side is really the key to what we're built for. I mean, you don't just you can socialize at any point in time with a group of people, but we're established to help the community, to build up those who are underprivileged, underrepresented. So again, all the Divine Nine is kind of built toward that, but we all have our own niche that we stick with, and we base ours on achievement.
Right.
And so, that being said, we just try to build up the community and work in our community to make the area that we live in better, no matter where it is.
Wherever it is. And so let's talk a little bit about how the structure of it's set up. So there's a Tampa group. What is that called?
The Tampa group is called the Tampa Alumni Chapter. So we're made up of both undergraduate and graduate members. Our undergraduate members are still in college.
Okay.
Our alumni members are members who have matriculated on from college, and now they're out in the workforce. They've got jobs or in the community doing work. So we're part of the alumni chapter. So all of our members have graduated from college, and they're just in the community doing their own business. They're working. They're in the military. They're in legal, whatever. So we've got our alumni chapter here, which has again over 180 members. Then we have two undergraduate chapters that are in the area. One that's at University of South Florida, Zeta Chi.
Okay.
And then there's one at St. Leo, which we call a Zeta Chi Colony.
Got it.
They're not an actual chapter yet, but we call them the Zeta Chi Colony.
So somebody could join it at the undergraduate level. I'm in college. There's a chapter on my campus. I can join there. I've graduated. I'm matriculating through my profession, and I like to affiliate with like-minded men. I can also join at that level.
That's correct.
Right.
So you can join at the undergraduate level if you're still in school and you apply and you're accepted. And then if you're out of school and you still want to join the organization, we still have that initiation and acceptance program.
Right.
Membership program where guys who have graduated can join the organization.
Got it. Real quickly, so that's in it now. How is it overall structured? So each chapter just functions how it functions, or it's connected to other chapters, and how does that go up the ladder?
We have over 700 chapters in Kappa Alpha Psi, both alumni and undergraduate chapters. And we've got 12 what we call provinces. It's almost like the states. So there's 12 provinces, and within those 12 provinces is where these chapters are constructed.
Okay.
And they're basically based on the location, states. We break it up by states. And so we're in what's called the Southern Province. And the Southern Province consists of the state of Alabama, all the chapters in the state of Alabama, and the chapters in Florida. And then we have some in the Bahamas, St. Croix.
Panama now.
Panama.
And I think I saw a Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic is just
a lot of
just
brothers
came on.
going to the DR and staying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we've got all these chapters across the country. So within these provinces, we have a province poll mark, president of the province.
Got it.
And then he has his set of officers. And then within each province, there are the chapters, and the chapters are typically the alumni chapters are by the city that they're in. So since we're in Tampa, we're called Tampa Alumni.
Got it.
There's a chapter in Sarasota alumni, Lakeland alumni, St. Pete alumni.
Right.
So we've got these chapters in the state of Florida. Same thing for Alabama. And then each of those chapters has their slate of officers. Undergraduates are the same way. So the undergraduate chapters have Greek-affiliated names. So like University of South Florida, Zeta Chi. University of Florida is Zeta Phi. But again, they have their slate of officers that kind of run the administration of the chapters.
Got it. Okay.
And then nationwide, of these 12 provinces, we've got 12 province poll marks with their officers. And then at the national level, we have what we call our grand poll mark. And the grand poll mark is the head of the overall organization, and that's what's coming to town next week. Our entire fraternity, all 12 provinces, the grand board, and all the other members. Again, we have over 200,000 members who are are part of this organization. All 200,000 won't be here,
Right.
but they're more than welcome to come to the organization and
Got it.
participate in what we call the Grand Conclave.
You mentioned in all of that outset, of course, and those of you who remember the Kappas from your undergraduate days can recall the heavy social component of our structure. But you mentioned the service piece, and I think one of the things that one of our biggest national programs is our Guide Right program. Tell us a little bit about the Guide Right program and what that is.
The Guide Right program, again, is our national service program, and each chapter has to have a Guide Right program within their chapter. And the Guide Right program, what we do, we have in ours, we have our Guide Right Foundation.
Okay.
And then within the chapter, we have something called Kappa League, where we're trying to mentor and sponsor young men to improve themselves, not only academically, but socially, and try to get them scholarships to get into school. We're trying to mentor them so that they have some adult figure that, provides some leadership skills to them, so they understand, why we exist, what are we here for. And so the social part is really a really minor part of what we do as Kappas. We're out there in the community. Our Kappa League, our Guide Right program, we're in the community giving away turkeys during Thanksgiving and Christmas. So we only consider the social part when it's time for us to get together and say, hey, we've done well for the year. Let's have a good time together.
One of the other programs that I'm really excited about, Brother Paul Mark, and I've got the Collis Ivory III, the Paul Mark of the Tampa Alumni Chapter here in studio with me this morning. I know you all normally tune in and you get a heavy dose of politics. Usually it's me making fun and laughing at Republicans and while they grovel and look for my approval. But today we've got the Paul Mark here talking about something that's really, really different, but I think eventually ties back into our community and driving our community forward. Talk a little bit about this program that I really like. It's the Now You Know program. It's a program that we do out of Tampa Alumni Chapter, but talk about that a little bit.
The Now You Know series was kind of created by one of the brothers in the chapter, and what it is what we try to do is on a monthly basis identify a topic that is important to the community, whether it's a health issue, whether it's voting issue, whether it's whatever issue that the community is having concerns with. So what we try to do is I think it's on a Thursday night from 7. It's only about an hour.
Yes.
So from 7 to 8 p.m., we identify a professional in the community.
Okay.
To speak about whatever the issue is. I mean, we had the most recent one we had was on prostate cancer. That's something important. So we had a couple of physicians that came on, and they were talking about how prostate cancer affects black men. And so this Now You Know series has been ongoing now for over a year, and the topics vary, but it's very important to the community. It's open to the community. All you have to do is get the link and then sign on, and then you're able to sit and listen to what the topic is,
yeah.
And then have a discussion about that. And it's open where you can ask questions, and you can learn about these different things: prostate cancer, health, voting issues, cryptocurrency. We had one on the IRS,
yes,
and how to prevent being audited. So I mean, the topics vary. We just think what's important to the community right now, and that's what we want to focus on.
The basis of all of this is about information, and I tell people all the time, and we're also joined in studio by none other than DJ CEO, the brains behind the idea and this empire of In Touch Media enterprises that dominates media around the world. But one of the things that we have, something that almost nobody else has, DJ CEO. And I tell people all the time when I'm talking to guys who might be interested in joining a fraternity, we have educated, like-minded black men of high character. We got a bunch of them. And not just here, you plop down anywhere, anytime, any city as a Kappa, you're in the midst of that same group. I mean, it is incredible. Listen, we're going to take a quick break. I know what the music means. It means it's time to pay some bills. We're going to do a little bit of that. We come back, though. Let's talk about, why does a fraternity even exist, though? Why is it even relevant this day and age? A lot of things have come and gone. We've survived almost 100 years in our local chapter, 111, 12 years nationally. But on the backside, we're going to talk a little bit about why we exist, and eventually we're going to get to, well, how does the community celebrate with us at the 86th Grand Conclave? In Touch News Radio, reality radio, everybody to start. We'll be right back after this quick break.
It's your boy, Nephew Tommy. I want to invite you to join me at the Kappa Alpha Psi family outing at Riverfront Park on Saturday, July 22nd at Riverfront Park in Tampa, Florida. Now listen, this event will feature Kappa Step teams from USF, FAMU, Decatur, and many, many more during the Stomp Down Kappa edition. DJ Zay will keep the party going while you enjoy food from some of the best food trucks in Tampa. Live entertainment, play zones for the kids, shopping, and free health screenings. All right, sponsored in part by Genentech and Moffitt Cancer Center. So stop what you're doing right now and go to KappaConclave23.com. That's KappaConclave23.com today. Buy your tickets and I'll see you there. You finna kick it with the Newts, baby. Yay, yay. Sweet dude.
You've been injured, you deserve help from an attorney that knows how to handle your injury claim. This is attorney Clinton Paris from the Law Office of Clinton Paris. For over a decade, I worked for insurance companies, and now I use that knowledge and experience to help people that have been injured. For a free consultation, call me, attorney Clinton Paris, at 813-413-7924. That's 813-413-7924, or at parislawoffice.com. At the Law Office of Clinton Paris, we take the pain out of being hurt. Offices, Riverview.
The Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity is hosting 3 fantastic parties in Tampa, Florida, and you can be a part of all the fun with their package ticket options. The package includes access to the Crimson Takeover Party at Armature Works, the Cream Jam all-white party at the Aquarium, and the Culmination Ball at the JW Marriott. Limited tickets are available for purchase online at KappaConclave2023.com. Don't miss out on this exclusive opportunity to experience all 3 events.
All right, we're back live at In Touch News Radio, reality radio. We're about to be a star again. My name is Clinton Paris. I have the pleasure of being the resident host. You know, we have these other characters come in and out claiming to be co-hosts. I'm going to elevate myself today, DJ. I'm giving myself a new title. I'm resident host. Let me try that one on. See how that
sounds good. I like
yeah, we'll see how that sticks. And if the co-hosts don't like it, well, we'll deal with them individually in the parking lot. But we're back live in the studio. I got with me none other than Collis Ivory III, the esteemed leader and polemark of the Tampa Alumni Chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi. Good morning again, Brother Polemark. How you feeling?
Good morning. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, well, I don't know about you. I am beside myself, and and a lot of people say, well, Clint, we didn't think you could get more excited than we normally see you when you're walking around, but I am really excited for next week. I'm hoping that energy holds up with all the events and stuff that's going on. And for the listeners out there, the reason I have Brother Ivory in studio is the Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated nationwide. You know us as the Kappas. Some of you get away with calling us News. We tolerate that as well. But we are having our 86th conclave in the city of Tampa. And the city will be crimson and cream. It's starting to turn already. There are smatterings of things moving in that direction. And I want to talk a little bit about, because a lot of people now, we look at historic institutions, and people want to question, well, why does that still exist? Why do you need that? Let's talk a little bit about the founding and why the fraternity was founded in 1911. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. You know, this is, again, I mentioned the Divine Nine on the first segment. We're one of the Divine Nine, and we were founded in 1911 on the campus of Indiana University by 10 astute men. Now, these men, you have to remember, their ages were in their late teens, wow. 19, 20, 21 years old.
So it's your home and you got a teenager, take a good look at him and think about that person sitting across that table from you, eating their cereal, founding an organization like this.
Founding an organization like this, and first of all, they're in a state that's known for the Ku Klux Klan. The Ku Klux Klan was founded in Indiana.
Right, and you're at the height of Jim Crow.
You're at the height of Jim Crow.
Which is the strategic effort to reinstitutionalize lawful slavery by oppressing black people.
Correct. So these 10 men are on campus, and they're pretty much isolated. They have there's no other, a lot of blacks on the organization are African Americans. So they decided maybe we should get together and, try to collaborate and work together to do something. And our esteemed founder, Elder Watson Diggs, was the oldest of these guys, and he decided, okay, let's get together and let's try to do something to improve ourselves.
Okay.
And so with that, this organization was founded January 5th, 1911. And from that, you have to think about what they were going through as they were trying to go through college. They're facing this discrimination while they're on campus. They still have to go to school. They still have to, do all the things that other students are doing, but they're facing discrimination that's unreal at that day and time. And so for them to be able to gather themselves and put together this organization and create all the esoteric material that we have at that age,
Right.
we're talking 18, 19,
Right, yeah.
20-year-old kids. And if you think about those kids nowadays, you're thinking, how did they do that?
At your house right now, eating cereal, sitting across from you, is one of those people. Right, creating something of this magnitude that would hold up to the test of time.
Correct.
Right.
And they decided that our mantra would be achievement.
Achievement.
We're all about achieving in the community, no matter what field of endeavor that we are in. We are going to achieve.
Wow.
So if we're trying to be a lawyer, we're trying to be a doctor, an educator, it doesn't matter. We are about achievement, like my shirt says.
I see that. Okay.
And so that's our fundamental purpose. So when you have these 10 young men and they're creating this organization, again, they're focused on achievement. And from that, the organization grew into what it is today. And I think it's still relevant because we have a lot of young people today that are struggling on what they need to do. And if you have men like not only the Kappas, but the Alphas and the Sigmas and
right.
Those
Yes.
Other organizations, those organizations can come together and improve the life of the underprivileged, the disadvantaged. And that's why we exist, and that's why we need to continue to exist.
People think about 1911 as some far, but there are efforts today, I think, to create a mindset of, I won't say, not overt oppression, but a mindset of limitations. And that is the attitude that we're not going to tell you no, but we're going to create the circumstances where you'll tell yourself no and you won't even try certain things.
We're going to create and not only that, they're going to create the environment for that,
right.
like affirmative actions.
So, for example, your chance of getting into the University of Florida is nil without affirmative action, so you won't even apply. We won't have to tell you no because you won't apply because you already have told yourself. That's really what I'm trying to say by the oppressive mindset trying to be created. And a lot of us, I think, unfortunately, came to think of efforts to remove oppressive situations as kind of necessary or we wouldn't get a fair chance. Well, you're not getting a fair chance anyway. You may get a chance, but there's no way to balance, the scale such to be fair. So you would agree with me that in today's climate, organizations like these are still needed.
Exactly. I mean, if you're thinking about how affirmative actions and what it's for, it's to help those who don't really have the chance to get where they want to be or need to be. I mean, if you think about the issue that's going on, I mean, the lawsuit was started by Harvard. If you think about what happened, how do some of the students get into Harvard? They get in because of their legacy.
Right.
Not only that, or their parents pay the money to get in.
Right.
And if we have the same ability academically,
correct,
to be able to get in those schools, it doesn't matter.
Because you're not a legacy.
Because you're not a legacy.
40% of the seats already taken.
That's correct.
So you're fighting over 60% of the seats.
Correct.
Then you throw in the money and all the other things. So if there is no effort, an extended effort to create that, but the only reason they have the legacy is you denied blacks the opportunity to come here. So my parents could have gone here before there was legacy, but guess what? You didn't let them come here. So guess what now? We're blocked out because the legacy program now, it doesn't say I can't come, but the structure is such that I can't get in. What do you think that, like, for example, what are some of the things that the fraternity does to combat some of that, you would say?
I think the biggest thing that we try to do to combat that is through our Guide Right and Kappa League program, as we're trying to instill in these young men what they need to do in order to get to college. Make sure that you keep up with your grades. Make sure that you pass tests. Make sure you're listening to your teachers and doing all those things that are important so that when it is time for you to apply for college, that you are well prepared in order to get in. You got to learn how to write. You have to know how to write. You got to know how to read.
Yes.
So if you practice those things on your own, which has nothing to do with affirmative actions, has nothing to do with the man's holding or the man is holding me down or the system is holding.
Right.
You can do those things on your own to improve yourself. That way, when it's time for you to apply to a school, you have shown that you can perform at a level much greater than other students. And if
one of the other things I think the Kappas provide is an example of success and achievement. So you have these young folks who want to doubt themselves, and they look up and there's a Kappa who owns a franchise or a business, or they look up and there's a Kappa in leadership in some organization, or they go to some church and they look up in the pulpit and there's a Kappa who's the pastor, or wherever they may go, they're Kappas in leadership. They then say to themselves, well, guess what? If that guy can achieve, well, why can't I achieve? Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah. The other thing is a lot of times when guys become Kappas or trying to become Kappas,
yes,
one of the things that they say about the reason that they wanted to join this organization is they think about to get back to their youth and say, there was a guy when I was in school,
yes,
that just I liked that teacher, and there was just something that reminded me of why does he carry himself like that? Why? It's those things. And those guys always find out that those men that they admired at that age were Kappas.
Right.
And so that kind of pushes them to want to become a Kappa and achieve just like they did.
We have young people who are, I want to say, exceptionally talented in so many ways that never, ever get to remotely reach their potential. I said one of the other earlier reasons why is they tell themselves no, right? Or they lack the resources. I just don't have the money to go to college. Or worse, they lack information. No one's there to kind of guide them through the steps that it takes to get to where they want. These are some of the roles that a fraternity currently, and not just Kappa. I'm gonna allow the other fraternities and sororities to have a little bit of space here. The other day they announced that the Alpha Kappa Alphas, they launched their own financial institution,
their own credit union.
And I can tell you, bells in my head started going off. Bells in my head started going off, thinking, okay, if they can have one,
why can't the rest of us
have one? Now, why not? Why aren't we the ones deciding who gets to get money for a mortgage or car or tuition or and I think those are some of the dynamics that kind of jump out.
We're able to look at our own economic future when you see things like that. We're an organization of that size, and the Alpha Kappa Alphas are a large organization. If they can create their own credit union, for their members, I mean that's exciting.
And their member spouses.
And the member spouses.
Member spouses.
I in my current position, I'm a high school teacher.
Okay.
And so I see a lot of these.
Now let's be honest. Let's be honest, Brother Paul. You're in your second career, though, correct? Tell us about your first career.
Yes, my first career, I spent 22 years in the United States Air Force.
And you retired at what rank?
And I retired as a lieutenant colonel.
All right, let's. So in your spare time,
in my spare time, I decided to become a teacher.
Okay.
And I had always wanted to do that. I have a degree in mathematics and a degree in engineering. So I see a lot of students on a regular basis who have no idea what they want to do as far as their future. So as a high school teacher, it's easy for me, again, that age group, we're talking 16, 17, 18-year-old students. I can kind of guide them in a direction that says, hey, what do you plan on doing when you finish high school? Well, Mr. Ryder, I have no idea. Well, let me give you a couple of ideas. Yeah. So I can talk to them on that level.
That's outstanding. Really, you were trying to slide a fast one by. You're gonna find out. The host sets up the track. I do the trickeration here. Listen, we're gonna take another break. Come back on the other side. Let's talk about this 86 conclave, kind of what's happening, what's gonna be going down, and how the community can connect and and leave feeling the way that we feel about Kappa Alpha Psi. This is In Touch News Radio. Reality radio, everybody can be a star. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Rocking your radio on the sounds of soul.
Playing your favorite R&B. In Touch Radio.
By now, we're all aware of the dangers of COVID-19. Like others with existing health issues, cancer patients are at a high risk due to their compromised condition. If you are newly diagnosed with cancer, your care likely can't wait. Moffitt Cancer Center is the best place for your cancer concerns and to provide guidance to help you plan your next steps. We're here for you. Call 1-888-456-2839 or go to moffitt.org/here-for-you.
Hey, this is Agent Wright, better known as Mr. Clean. You looking for some great barbecues? Come see them two brothers in the grill, located at 423 Virginia Street, Charleston, West Virginia. We got ribs, chicken, pulled pork, brisket, collard greens, mac and cheese, baby. Come get some and get you a nice, smooth cigar. 304-550-4431. That is 304-550-4431. Come get some, baby. The Rib Man, mama, the Rib Man.
Tampa Bay, come party with the brothers of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity, Inc. during the Kappa Conclave. The fun starts Thursday, July 20th with the Crimson Takeover Party, hosted by cast members of Selling Tampa at Armature Works. Ladies free until 10 p.m. Grab your crimson attire and come out to enjoy cigars, music, VIP tables, and more. The fun continues Friday night during the Cream Jam all-white party on all 3 levels of the Florida Aquarium and hosted by Tampa Bay Tammy with DJ Shabazz on the 1s and 2s. And then on Saturday, come out and party all night long with us from 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. at the Culmination After Party hosted by Queen B at the JW Marriott. So don't miss out. Learn more and get your all-access party pass online today at KappaConclave2023.com. That's KappaConclave2023.com. So Tampa Bay, don't miss out. Come party with the brothers of the Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity, Inc. during the Kappa Conclave. The fun starts Thursday, July 20th with the Crimson Takeover Party. See you there.
All right, we're back live on In Touch News Radio, reality radio. Everybody could be a star. I've got in studio with me the pole mark of the Tampa Alumni Chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi, none other than Collis Ivory III, brother Ivory. So we were talking previously about just an organization, fraternity, why we're relevant. And now let's talk a little bit about this event that's actually happening in Tampa. It's called the 86th Grand Conclave. Is that correct?
Yes, the 86th Grand Conclave. The Grand Conclave is what we consider our national organization's meeting. So our national officers will be here. This will be the first time in the history of Tampa that a Divine Nine organization has hosted their national meeting in the Tampa area. And coming behind us are a few others now that we've done this.
Yeah, and so with that, talk about some of the things that'll be going on, that'll be happening from the organizational level that's within the organization, and then if you can, a little bit about what's then community-based.
Okay. Primarily, it's a business meeting for us. Our national officers will be here. We'll be conducting business on a regular basis. They'll be looking at the structure of the organization, our constitution and statutes. We'll be electing new officers. We'll be reviewing the material of the fraternity to see if anything changes. And then they'll be providing us material on what's happening with the organization from a national level. You know, our dues structure, our life membership structure. So those things will be considered as we meet in Tampa this year.
Now, where's all this stuff going to be happening?
This is all happening at the Tampa Convention Center downtown, but we'll be taking over the JW Marriott Hotel, the Marriott Waterside, and the Embassy Suites. But the main meetings will be conducted in the Tampa Convention Center.
You said that very politely. Listen, y'all, we're going to break in the JW Marriott. It's kind of been sitting over there kind of twiddling its thumbs, not really getting the usage we can give it. But listen, so we've got a call on the phone. First call, let me ask you to turn your radio down, if I could. If you could call and turn your radio down for me. All right, good. All right, so now let's do this. So caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Fred Robinson. I'm calling from Loops, Florida, but I am a member of the distinguished Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated and have had the opportunity to work in the role of programs and events director for the 86th.
I like that, brother. I like that, brother. Look, I love it because, you know, some brothers, and I'm not going to use the word made right, but you are esteemed. You know, let people know. Some guys come in, they almost a pop, but let them. Right. So, Brother Robinson, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Listen, everybody. I asked Brother Robinson to call in because he is in charge of all the events where the community can get involved. So I wanted him to come on and be the person so that, you know, you could hear directly from him. So, Brother Robinson, tell us a little bit about the events that will be happening that the public can partake in that are being put on by the Tampa Alumni Chapter.
Yeah, be glad to. And the commercial was a great lead-in, but we'll be starting the week off with our fraternity has a public meeting, which will be on Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. at the Convention Center.
Okay.
That public meeting is open to the public, but after that, the Tampa Alumni Chapter will host a welcome reception called Welcome to the Bay, and that will be in the JW Marriott in the HB Plant room from 9 to 12 p.m. We'll start that way.
And is that a paid event, Brother Robinson? Is that paid, or that's just free? People come, show up, and you're in the mix?
No, that's a free event.
Okay.
Doors are open, and we welcome everyone to come and, after the public meeting, be able to wind down a little bit, have a good time.
Okay, that's on tour. So what follows that?
So then we kick off our what we'll call our stream of major social events. The first will be on Thursday evening at Armature Works, the gathering in Armature Works. It's called the Crimson Takeover. And the name tells you the attire will be red. Ladies are free before 10 p.m. And this event will be hosted by some of the cast members from Selling Tampa. And what's really nice about this event is we have basically taken the whole of Armature Works. Not only will we have the gathering ballroom, but we have the courtyard. It's the west patio, and the courtyard and west patio will allow for those who indulge in a fine cigar to be able to have one, and even have it set up where we have VIP lounge couches out in the cigar area and VIP tables in the gathering ballroom.
Okay. So we've done it up on Thursdays. I guess that's Thursday. So now we're on to Friday. What's happening Friday?
And Friday, one of our signature events sits at the Florida Aquarium.
Okay.
And we have taken the aquarium in its entirety, rented it out. We will have 3 levels. First level, of course, will be the party that's open to what we're calling the general admission.
Okay.
And we'll have 2 DJs on that floor, one inside, one outside on the patio. DJ No from Atlanta and DJ XX out of Chicago. And then we also have a 3rd level. Now, the beauty of the aquarium is that it will be open so that folks can visit, see the displays, and the aquarium has a very new offering called Morph. So not only do you come and have a good time with the Kappas, but you also get a chance to take in the aquarium. And I guess the beautiful piece of this is that we have a VIP portion of the event. And yes, VIP pays a little more, but they'll be on the 3rd floor. It'll be hosted by Tampa Bay Tammy. We'll be featuring comedian Rod Minger and DJ Malik Shabazz out of the Chicago area. Will be throwing down the sound there. We will also have Manziel Bledsoe as a saxophonist. So it's a really classy event for those who are willing to spend a little more to enjoy it.
Okay, so I'm almost exhausted, but I still got a little bit in the tank. Let's get on to Saturday. Listen, I mean, you know, people. We said there was a social component to the Kappas. I mean, we like I said, you know, we're helping to do our part to save the world, but there's a social component. But Saturday, what's happening on Saturday?
Well, Saturday are 2 events, and we're really excited about the first one, which is our second signature event. It's called the Kappa family outing
Okay.
on the Riverwalk. And what's unique this year is it's usually an event that we have at each conclave, but this year we're opening it up to the public. We're opening it up to the Tampa Bay community to come out and share with us. And by opening it up, we were able to have folks like the City of Tampa, Hillsborough County, Moffitt Cancer Center, Genentech sponsor the event.
Okay.
And they'll have health screenings out there, so there'll be free health screenings. We'll be at Riverfront Park, and the beautiful thing about Riverfront Park is it has its own kid zone, and of course we've added so that families can come out. It's not just for the adults. We will have bounce houses and the water splash pad for the children, and food vendors, food trucks and other food vendors will be there, so you can purchase whatever it is you like, because we've got a great variety of food vendors who will be supporting it. And we'll also have live entertainment. You heard the commercial from nephew Tommy. We'll do the Stomp Down Kappa edition with various local undergraduate chapters and some alumni chapters out of the Atlanta area.
So that's daytime, but we need to roll it on into the night. We've been doing our thing out at the Riverfront Park, and I'll tell you, before I move into the nighttime, I found out the other day that for parking for a family outing, there's parking at Blake High School and Beulah Baptist Church, which is across the street on Cypress. And the reason I mentioned that is we're allowing community organizations to benefit. There's a small fee to park your car, just like if you go to a ball game. But we've coordinated with Beulah Baptist Church and Blake High School Booster Club for you to park your car at those venues, and they get to make a little bit of money. So and we've got, so the other thing I want to mention is, so now we've gotten through Saturday, we've laughed, we've joked, we've had fun, there's been a stomp down, it's nighttime, it's adult time. What's going on for Saturday night?
So Saturday night, and here's another opportunity that we've opened to the community. We normally have our closed ball, and it's the Grand Pole March closed ball on that Saturday evening to culminate our our week. But we've opened that up also so that the after party or after the promenade happens of our newest Grand Pole March being inducted, we'll open that up to the public. And this is a true dress to impress type event, right? Those of us who will be at the closed ball will be in tuxes and gowns. We aren't asking the general public to be in tuxes and gowns, but we are asking you to dress appropriately and to wear your black, all black. And so very excited about that. That'll be hosted by Queen Bee, and really we're going to have a great week, and want to invite folks out.
I have already started hydrating. I've expanded my sleep schedule so that I don't burn out through the week, and I'm going to encourage everybody else. Look, if you want to make it to Saturday, you want to make it through Saturday, because these are the official events. There is a plethora of unofficial events, and one of the events, Brother Robinson, you did not mention, I want to highlight real quick, is the health fair, which is happening on Thursday. I'm going to throw this up in front of my my camera. So that's over at the convention center for all those people out there looking to touch on your health. I think it goes from 9 to 3 o'clock with various presentations. And I would encourage anyone who's able to go down to the convention center, check out the health fair. These organizations, let me say this about Kappas. We are not cheap. We do things well. And these organizations have put a lot of money into putting on some of these supporting events for the health fair. And so I would encourage anyone on Thursday, July 20th, you've got the time and ability, go down to the convention center, call it a day. Plan to go down, spend your time. And let me say this, there's going to be a drawing. There's a chance to win an $1,100 gift card if you go and participate and enter the raffle.
Yeah. The gift cards, there's actually 4 gift cards that total $1,100. So if you attend the 3 sessions in the morning where Genentech and Moffitt will be presenting these seminars, At each of those sessions, there's a $200 gift card that you can win. And then if you attend the health fair, which is going on all day long, and stop by and see at least 3 of the vendors, you can fill out a ticket to win the final $500 gift card. So there's opportunities to win money just by listening to some of these health organizations.
Real quick, brother Robinson, you still there?
Yes, sir.
All right. And DJC, I apologize. I got to run over my break. How do people get tickets? Tell me. The phone's going to be blowing up in a minute. How do people get tickets to all these events?
Well, it's very, very easy to get tickets. Go to KappaConclave2023.com. That's KappaConclave2023.com. Hit the official events menu item, and the various events will come up so that you can purchase your tickets. We have also partnered with Mile, that's Make Your Life Entertaining. Mile was founded by a member of Kappa Alpha Psi, so it gets back to what you guys talked about, achievement in every field of human endeavor. And Mile, you can also go directly to Mile at mile.com, download the app, and once you download the app, if you do hashtag Clave2023, all of our events will come up, and you can choose which ones you want to participate in.
Outstanding.
I would encourage get an all-access package, then you can be there for each one.
Outstanding. And I understand also there is downtown shuttle transportation. If you purchase tickets to events, you also get a transportation pass. And is that correct, Brother Robinson?
Well, that's correct for those folks who are in the hotels in the downtown area.
Right. Okay.
And so we want to be clear on that. But yeah, if you are in the hotels in the downtown area, we will have free shuttle services. One leaving from the Tampa Convention Center, another making stops at the A-Loft and the Tampa Riverwalk Hotel. And those shuttles will run to each of the events and back through the hours of that event taking
Outstanding.
place.
Okay. Well, thank you, Brother Robinson. Appreciate you taking the time this morning, being here with us, and I look forward to seeing all the Conclave events.
All right. My pleasure.
All right, take care. All right, we're going to take this quick break, Brother Robinson on the phone, coordinating all these, herding these cats and making it happen. We're going to take this quick break, Brother DJ CEO. Come back on the other side, give it a wrap. This is In Touch News Radio. Reality radio, everybody could be a star. We will be right back after this last commercial break.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call Herman White at 961-6661. That's 961-6661.
Call Ricky. Ask Ricky. You need medical or a lawyer? I got the man to do the legwork for you. We tried the other ones before, so believe we. Down 813-248-6300. Everything gon' be okay. Call Ricky, he coming. He taking care of state of Florida. Grab a pen or sundown. 184-361-RICK. That's 184-361-7425. Never word from the point forward. Just recline. Just ask Ricky. Plus your boy statewide. Just in case you missed it, I'ma tell you one more time. 184-361-RICK. Call Ricky. Ask Ricky is a legal medical referral service. Doctors and lawyers in our network are trained in handling auto injury claims and getting you the best medical treatment and recovery. Dial 1-844-361-RICK. That's 1-844-361-7425. Ricky. Ask Ricky.
Hi, I'm Angela Birdsong, and during the week, they call me the Medicare lady. I help people successfully transition onto Medicare, sometimes Medicaid. I also help people with life insurance, long-term care insurance, and annuities. Please do not try to navigate Medicare without me. It's complicated. 813-476-4837.
All right, we're back live on In Touch News Radio, reality radio, about to be a star. You were just listening to Brother Fred Robinson. He is coordinating all the events for the Tampa Alumni Chapter, mostly on the social side. You felt that that's the social side, as we heard from our Brother Ivory here in studio, the pole mark, talking about a lot of the business being taken care of. But there's a lot for the community to plug itself into. And just in case somebody's out there and you have a question right now, I'm gonna throw out the call-in number. It's 813-444-9588. Now, one of the things that I'm thinking about is we live in this world, and I don't know if this happens to you. This happened last week. A major new department head was hired by the city to come in and run a department. And I went to the event, and I got the opportunity to be introduced to her. And at the event, I stood up and I said, Kappa Conclave is coming. Just want to encourage everyone to go to Kappa Conclave 2023 to get your tickets. Afterwards, she came up to me and she said, "So are you going to be shimmying?" And she said, with, I will call, a gleam in her eye. And what I'm saying is, most of you all out there listening, you have a good recollection of what it felt like to hang out and be with the Kappas back in the day. It's no different now. The only difference is we're grown, we're mature, we know how to behave and spend our money in a more judicious manner. So I would think that it's going to be a lot of fun for the community, Brother Ivory.
There's going to be so many things that are happening in this city that for the Kappas and for the community that it's going to be incredible. So it's not like you can just be limited to one or two things. If you check our schedule, look at the events planned, come to the downtown area. We'll be all over the place, and we'll be making things happen this year.
And it's not that complicated. If you've been to a company with this kind of a takeover, there's going to be the shuttle service, and I don't think we mentioned there's a river taxi in operation that's going to be doing some picking up and dropping off as well.
Yes, that's going to be part of the family outing. If you come down to the family outing and you need transportation from the hotels or from the convention center, the river taxi will take you to that. You can just get on that and get a ride to the.
One of the other things I picked up on what Brother Robinson was talking about is there was a national feel to what he was talking about. DJ from Chicago, DJ from Atlanta, nephew Tommy, and then incorporating some local celebrities, the real estate folks and that kind of thing that start their
right. Like you mentioned earlier, we just want to make sure that the entire nation is aware of this. I mean, all the Kappas around the country that know that we're going to have a conclave here. Yeah. But we're trying to bring in individuals that other people know from other parts of the country. Right. And this makes it such a large and great event.
Like I said when I started, the magnitude of my excitement, it cannot be overstated, because this is my town. It's being put in a national African American spotlight, which I think is an important thing for America. America needs to see black folks maximizing the activities that we engage in, some of the things that we do, and without these kind of events, you may not see. People don't realize we're in the Deep South, so this has other significant applications as well.
Yes, I mean, this is just so important. This is the first time that we met face to face at a conclave in 4 years.
Since COVID.
Since COVID, so it makes it happen so that a lot of brothers are starting to come out now and say, okay, let's get back to what we were doing in the past. And so this national convention, again, the first time we've had one in 4 years, right, makes it much larger than what it would normally be.
And for other organizations, we're setting the pattern, we're setting an example for how they can look at putting together their event, what they look to do. It's not easy. And I commend you for your leadership, your guidance. I mean, it's quite impressive, Brother Polmark. I want to congratulate you and thank you as well for all that you've been doing for the Tampa Alumni Chapter.
I appreciate it very much. It's not all about me. It's about the brothers in the chapter and everything that they've done over the last few years getting ready for this. And as you know, Tampa Alumni Chapter has been around 95 years, so we've been doing things in the community to make the community better for quite some time.
Outstanding. Well, listen, hey, I got to get out of here. We got a lot of things to get involved in the community, getting ready for next week. I want to encourage everybody, go to Kappa Conclave, okay? For those grammatically challenged, CONCLAV is Conclave. Kappa Conclave 2023. I think if you Google Kappa, you'll get there. Now, check this out. Also, go to the In Touch News website, because guess what? There is a special 86th Conclave edition of In Touch News. I want you to go to intouchnews.com, go to your local site, pick up a copy of the paper, download the paper online, sign up for a subscription. This is incredible. And this is why we need black media, black organizations, and most of all, black people doing things in the community. Thank you, Brother Ivory, for coming in. Want to thank you, DJ CEO. Want to encourage everybody to stay tuned. Coming up next, we have Stay Woke. And listen, my man's going to be back. Walter Dunn. Want to take this call? Bring him in. Bring that caller in, DJ CEO. Good morning, caller. Where you calling from? What's your name?
AC. I'm calling, nickname. I'm Art, calling from New Orleans.
All the way from New Orleans. What's going on, man? Tell me what's on your mind, Arthur.
Why we can't get the crimson and cream out here in the no, I'm just saying, you know, when we not black enough.
Hey, man, come on. Now listen at you, man. Look, I will promise you a personal dose sometime in the fall. I'll come out there, and my understanding, because your son is going off to play big-time football, and I promise you a trip. I'll come out with all the crimson and cream you can tolerate. We go check out one of his games. How about that?
Yeah, I'm going to hold you to it. I've been hearing nothing but great things, man. You guys make sure you stay energized up. You got big plans coming up, so I just want to just commend you guys just for all what you're doing in the community as well.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it very much. All right, man, you take care. Listen, everybody out there, have a great, safe Saturday, and we'll see you back here next week.
Absolutely.